Speaking seems like the easiest and the simplest skills ever, but when we speak to the group of the people or the broader audience, it gets much more difficult. We start panicking, we start getting nervous, and the job that seems simple suddenly becomes challenging. It even feels scary to try. If you have ever tried to speak on the stage in front of the large audience, you know what I'm talking about. But that's not the only problem, because even when we speak to friends or a small group of the people, we don't always feel confident. And that makes it feel more difficult to express your point of view. And it feels horrible because you have this fantastic idea in your mind, but the lack of the confidence make it difficult for you to share it with others. Just to be clear, I'm not claiming that I'm not. I'm some kind of the expert when it comes to social skills, but after the making videos for some time here on YouTube and talking to the stage, I have learned a lot about the speaking, because I always have record my voices and edit it. Over time, I started noticing some of the things that people usually don't. Uh, and I started learning how to speak better and more confidently. So let me share with you a couple of the tips that I have learned along the way that will help you to talk more confidently. When you get nervous, you start rushing and speaking faster that you usually do, because you want these things to end as soon as possible. But like it or not, you are only making things worse. When you speak, your primary job is to feel as comfortable as possible, and the easiest way to do that is to talk slower, make it clearer to yourself that you have all the time in the world and you don't have to speak faster for any reasons. As long as you are talking 120 or 130 words per minute, you are fine. But the reasons you get nervous in the first place is that you let your emotions get it controlled. You start focusing on the wrong side of the story. You start thinking that if things go wrong, that if you are speaking too slowly and people are getting bored, so you speed you and ruin everything, which is common mistakes. Every time you feel that way, stop for a moment, take a deep breath and focus on the message that you want to deliver, and forget about how people are going to react to it, because the more thoughts you are going to give it, the more nervous you are going to get. Some people are naturally confident and are masters at speaking, but that doesn't mean you cannot reach that level. Most of these famous politicians weren't as good as they are today. Many of them were even introverts at some point of their life before becoming who they are today. But with some practice, they could reach that level, which means you can do it exact same things. If you are willing to put an effort, pick up your favorite books and start reading loudly, as it's if you are talking to a group of the people. Imagine there's an audience in front of you and you have to tell them this incredible story. Try to read it with energy and enthusiasm. Of course, having a real audience in front of you is difficult, but this exercise will train you to feel a little bit more comfortable when you have real people in front of you. Don't forget to record your voice, because you might think that you sound great. However, when you listen to your voice, you will know that you aren't as good as you think. And I have experienced multiple times, but that's the only way to find out your flaws and fix them. You will feel uncomfortable when you know that your voice is being recorded, and you will get at least a little bit nervous, as if there is a real audience listening to you. But over time, you will get used to it. And that's it for today. As always, if you found this video helpful, then hit that like button. And if you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe and hit the notification bell so that our new videos appears on your homepage. Thanks for watching again, and I will see you in the next one.